Hello and welcome. Today we got a relatively straightforward project. We got the Auto-Ordnance Thompson here that we featured on the channel before. You can check that out right here, over here somewhere, right there. And the armor picked up some of these surplus mags. They're not compatible with the Auto-Ordnance. There's a slight issue with them. As you can see, the mag holes don't quite light up for that D10 pin, so they do not accept the military surplus. And he picked up a handful of these and he doesn't really want to throw them away, so all I got to do is remove a bit of material to get them all to click into that D10 pin. So we'll show you the problem and then we'll talk about the solution. We'll start with the standard AO mags. As you can see, it'll slide in. Seat clicks, we're good. And then one of the mil-cert mags. No seat, no click. Pull it straight out, it won't feed. Yeah, same problem on all of them. So without that detent locking it in, it's going to have some feeding issues. The mag's going to fall out as soon as you start rocking and rolling with this thing. So we'll tell you what we're going to do real quick, and then we're going to do it. Now, as you can see, this is the AO. These two are the mil-cerps, and the D10 hole just sits slightly higher. We shouldn't need to remove that much material to get these to go ahead and D10 snap in. So measure everything up and then go from there. Start with the AOs. 3/8. Oddball size looks like, what, 350 almost? 330, 335. Yeah, okay. We're gonna check that ball real quick, that D10 ball. We gotta just check the 270, 250. About 270. So we should be fine if we go with a smaller one. Alright, so we're only missing one piece of critical information, where that location actually is. So we know the size of it, and we are 955 to center. So we gotta take off, what, 120-ish thou in that direction. So the method that I'm gonna use is gonna be a 5/16 end mill and a mill. You can do this several ways. There's no wrong way or right way. It's just whatever you got access to. I mean, you could file these, you could Dremel these out, whatever you need to do, remove enough material to get that D10 to click in so it won't drop the mags. That should be fine. So I'm going to find an M mill, then we're going to go ahead and get rock and rolling on that. So layout's pretty straightforward in my opinion. I'm just going to blacken the face of the area that I want to remove. Double check my measurements. Always be double checking. Go ahead and set that. And scribe a line. As you can see, there's a little scribe line in there. So I'm just going to drop an end mill in, center it in that hole, and then take it up to that line, and that should be good for us. Apologies if you notice a little more clutter than normal. That means you have eyeballs and they're still functioning, so you owe me $20 for your eye visit today. Thank you very much. But it's like that. I'm moving everything around. Got a machine coming, got to build out some new benches, so everything's a little more cluttered than it needs to be. Christmas decorations coming down, etc., etc. All right, we'll walk you through the setup. After extensive searching, I found a regrind end mill. This is the closest thing I've got. I was looking for a 5/16, but I needed a 335.5, 338. It's exactly the right size, as though it should fit in that hole 1-to-1. And as you can see, it almost perfectly drops in. So all I'm going to do is take it, drop it in, use that hole for my alignment, and just mill up. Alright, so I'm going to keep this setup real simple. I'm just going to use a 1-2-3 block, go against the flat of the jaws. Bank it up against there. Should be pretty close to repeatable. Not going to be perfect, but close enough for what we're doing. And all we're going to have to do when this is done is just disassemble the mag and take out the chips that fall in. Obviously not turning it on, I'm just going to keep it free spinning. Just take it to my finish point and make a scratch, because I don't have a DRO or anything to set up on this mill. We are cutting. I mean, I can honestly do it by hand right now. It's not like it's got a ton of material, but we've got it, so might as well fire it up. Keep it on the slow side, and I'm just going to drop it straight in Z. It should be our number. 969. Call that close enough for what we're working with. So we did a test fit of the first mag. We just cut it. It's a little off and Y. We drifted a bit, but we're good on the first one. So we're just gonna go ahead and rinse and repeat for those last three, and we're out of here. Yep, called it. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick fit check. So our standard mag, obviously it works. It's good. Mag 1's good. Mag 2's good. Mag 3's good. Mag 4's good. Okay, so all the original mill SERP have been modified, but you can see I left it as a 2-stage. You can get it as on either the Auto-Ordnance or the standard mill SERP if you can get your hands on one, so it'll work for both. I just got to deburr these and get the mag stripped apart and get the shavings out of there, and get it back to the owner, and he's going to be pretty happy, I think. And the other reason I had this is because he wants me to think about it and see if I can't do a drop-in FRT. I don't know if anyone's worked on one, but I don't see any available to buy, so that might be my next project. So drop a comment if you want to see that, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. All right, thanks a lot. Have a good one.